Ooh, something is in my eye. Watch that ends up being the screenshot because something's in my eye. Hello, 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 everyone. All right. So I'm doing this because I need to test something. So I figured I'd make it informative, but this is the test for me as well. All right. So let me get my things set up on my end because I need to see something. Okay. So I'm going to actually put you guys over here. That way I can see comments as they pop up. Um, okay, so it doesn't show on here. Oh, no, that's an old one. Okay, so let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh, I can do it that way. Okay, so let's see here. Hmm. Okay, so I can't do that one. How do you ever wait? Let me see something. How y'all doing? Come on in, come on in. So let's see. Okay, let's copy. All righty. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. Dang it. Ooh, okay. Can I do it this way though? I can. Okay. All righty, let's see. Hello, 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 everyone. Incredible greetings. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys so very much for hopping on. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I created a to-do list and I have knocked one thing off of it already this morning. That is awesome. Making sure that you bring that win to Creative Lounge. Hey, 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 incredible greetings. Welcome in. You're already over there. We are all well. Incredible greetings. And then we'll put that one up. All right. We're not going to do that one. Okay. I know this is going to actually suck because the first part of this is going to seem kind of crazy, but hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. I probably would, now that I know that I can do this, I'm probably going to save this and do it to where it's not so much time in the beginning. Alrighty. Okay. How is everyone doing? We're just trying to get everyone in the room. This is a live broadcast. We are going to talk about an option for those who don't do well with designing. And okay, I think, you know what? Ooh. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. I'm going to do this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I won't be able to do it. But at least I know it comes up. But yeah, it's acting all kind of funky right now. So let's see. Am I not logged in? All right. Well, I'll probably do it later. All right. Incredible morning. Incredible morning. I just wanted to know that I could technically. Let's see. How are you guys doing this morning? All right. Okay. So we'll just see. All right. So, hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. Welcome to another broadcast with Shakia the Professor. Well, I am Shakia Lavelle. I'm known as Shakia the Professor. I was trying to do like way too many things at one time. Um, okay, shoot. um, I'm trying to see something, y'all. My bad. But I don't see another option to change it though. I know. I'm sorry, y'all. I may end up what I'm about to do, what I was trying to do, I might end up doing that um doing it afterwards. We'll see. Let's see if it will let me do this. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Anywho, good morning. um, I was trying to see something, but I don't know if it's going to do it or not. But I'm going to go ahead with this particular live broadcast. And if you saw from the title, which I know someone did because they said they were already there, we are going to talk about Creative Fabrica, which I've always called it Fabrica. They actually recently did an ad, and the person in the ad said Creative Fabrica. But it's like tomato, tomato, whichever way you prefer to say it. Creative Fabrica, Creative Fabrica. It is a really useful resource for creators and crafters alike. If you don't know what Creative Fabrica, I'm probably going to say Fabrica for the sake of not saying both names because that's what was said in their ad. It is, should not be talking with gum in my mouth. It is a platform with a wide, and I do mean wide variety of um, files, fonts, um, just different file types, whether it's SVGs, DXF files, PNG files, JPEG files, fonts. There's layer styles for things like Photoshop. There's Procreate brushes on there. There's embroidery files. They do have like a design component to it now. There is word cloud on. I mean, there's an AI component to it, which is their Spark. There's a lot. I'm not big on the AI, but a lot of AI generated content is there for those who are great with prompts. They've already kind of put in some cool prompts, and they have now they have quite a bit of AI generated content. Whether you are someone that's looking for designs or ideas for tumblers, for shirts, for stickers, for posters, for help me out here. What's something else that you guys use creative and graphic designing for? Whether you are designing it yourself or if you purchase it or download it from somewhere, if you screenshot it, because we know, we screenshot some things. What are some of the creative or crafty things that you guys look for designs from? Someone says, I love Creative Fabrica. Hey, just say incredible morning, incredible morning. I don't know if I've kind of gone over these. Doing good. Love Creative Fabrica. Hello. Good morning. Again, I'm not sure if I've gone through some of these good mornings, but I'm just going to go through them again and just say good morning. Okay. Um, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Templates for boxes for my canned glasses. Oh no, that's not Creative Fabrica. That's actually Design Bundles. They actually have their dollar deals tomorrow. I did take a look at that. Back in the day, I used to go live every Wednesday for dollar deals, but it was like people were, to me, were getting files they really didn't need, and just because it was $1, but then those dollars add up. So I don't really do it as much, and a lot of their files were pretty much repetitive. And I looked at it this time around. Not a lot of great stuff that that really tickle my fancy on there, but definitely check out designbundle.net's dollar deals on tomorrow. Um, ooh, placemats. Okay. That's a good one. I know in a couple of groups right now, even though we're deep into football season, I say deep, but like it's not the beginning of the season, but we're into football season right now. But there's a lot of people who are doing like the TV trays and putting different things on there. I'm not one that's big on like utilizing epoxy. I cannot stand epoxy. Some people have asked me, will I show how to do that? I can definitely walk you through it. I can never give a full-on demonstration because I don't work with epoxy. So I would not be able to do that. But I know a lot of people who are getting into the epoxy TV trays. Clip arts for invitations. There we go. And also graphics for that. Etching. Oh, they have a lot of laser files, which they are labeled as laser files, but know that you can use those for anything. You don't have to use them as just laser cut files. Same thing for the ones that are labeled SVG files. Or sublimation files. You don't have to use those just for sublimation. They can be used for just about anything. Remember, if you can print it, you can sub it, you can DTF it, you can DTG it, you can white toner print it, you can most likely turn it into some sort of sticker or invitation. Sublimation is nothing but a print process at the end of the day. Then it's like a special part where you press, use heat to press it to something. But in order to get to that point of pressing it, you have to print it. So anything that you would print, just imagine that you can do that on any type of printer, no matter what that tag says. That label, that title for that is more so for their branding. Well, not say branding, it's more for their marketing. Like they're trying to target and reach those who are into sublimation. It makes it a little bit easier for people to find their things, but it's not just for sublimation. It's not just for vinyl or HTV. Even if you have an SVG, if you add color to it, you can take that and print it off as well. You can change all the different colors, add shading, add patterns and different things to it, and then be able to print that off. So know that once you learn how to properly open, like download, extract, open, size, and all those things, the possibilities really are endless for most of these files and how you're going to be able to use them. Okay. Journals. Okay. Graphics for my candy and drink wrappers, fonts and rhinestone templates. They have a lot of great fonts. I like their font pairing. What else could you use laser cut files for? I always skip over them. A laser cut file is nothing more than SVG. So depending on how it's set up, like exactly like what it is, you could take that and open up that SVG, release compound path, and then be able to fill those things in with color. If it's one that's like kind of like let's say it was a gingerbread man, right? And it had like the full cutout of the gingerbread man, and it had all of like the cutouts and stuff like that, in the middle. Well, you take that and you would be able to release compound path, and you now have all of those spaces that you could fill in with color and now print this out and make a Christmas shirt with it. Some of the ones that are for like depending on like if it's like something that's in a box, you can take that and then turn that into a card. once you know how to open it up in a program like Silhouette Studio that allows you to customize it. Something like Canva, although Canva can open up vector files, if they are already colored, you'll see the colored dots at the top, and you can click on that color and then change that group of colors, but you cannot separate it and really have like full control over those vector files in Canva. But something like Silhouette Studio, you have the ability to completely release that and then fill it in with colors. I'm on here now looking for nurse and medical elements. My sister wants me to do a TV tray. I use them to get mock-ups as well. Yep. You are very welcome. So there's a plethora of options on Creative Fabrica that most of you guys never really tap into. If you don't know anything about Creative Fabrica or Fabrica, you might have heard people say that, or just CF. If I can get you to put a 3 in the comments if you have never heard of Creative Fabrica. And while you guys do that, I got to go turn up the air. Because I have, as a mom, in order to get my children up in the morning, they can't have air conditioning on. So I have to turn down the air. I have to turn off all fans, because if they are comfortable, they're not getting up. They always have to remember to turn it back up once they leave the house, or I'm going to sit in this work space and burn the heck up. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. If you have never heard of Creative Fabrica, put a 3. If you have heard of it, but you have not subscribed, you just kind of played around with the freebies, put a 6. And if you're actively using it and you have a subscription, put it 5. Y'all know we love 365 around here. Okay. So I'm actually going to put it here, 3. If you never heard of Creative Fabrica. 6. If you have heard of it, but no subscription. 5. If you actively use CF. Okay, boom, there we go. It's okay. Sorry, we got 1, 3, 5, 5, 5. Thank you so much, Jesse. 5. Okay, cool beans. So most of you guys, no, I wasn't. I was muted. I was muted. So most of you guys have heard of it, and you say that you actively. So how many of you guys put a 5, but you're more so like Jesse? You paid for the subscription, but you're not really utilizing it. So let's kind of switch up. I'm going to put another one up to switch up the numbers, right? So even though I love my 365, I got to kind of switch up the numbers. How many of you guys? So put a 7 if you don't, like, you have the subscription, you pay for it, right? But you don't really know what to go on there for, how to utilize the website. So let me get a 7 if you're kind of like Jesse, where you don't use as much because you don't really know how to use the platform. Okay, so we got a couple sevens here, couple sevens, couple sevens. I don't know how to use all aspects. I don't know how to use all aspects of it. Seven, seven. Okay, okay. So we probably got it because an influencer said, get this, right? So you probably had someone um who is an influencer, right? They've done a video or two, and they probably did something like this. They dropped their link. It's in the description, or it's in the description, but it's also now in the comments. They probably dropped their link on the video or post or something like that, and they said, "Get Creative Fabrica. It's going to change your life as a crafter." They probably said something along the lines of, "Every crafter needs Creative Fabrica," but that's where they left it at. So now let's put an 8. How many of you guys have this? So y'all know our company is called Honestly Speaking. Although it's a play on words and there is I and K in it, our product line is called Honestly Speaking. So we need some honesty here, right? So how many of you guys, that's what happened? You put an 8. You got, someone posted a link just like this one and said, go sign up for this, right? Because it's an affiliate link. We do get a very small commission from it. So it's like I want to make money from it, but you got to figure it out on your own. Oh, I find it hard to navigate. I love that you said that, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I would like for you specifically, Jesse, tell me something that if in a perfect world and you could wave a magic wand, what would you like to find on a site like Creative Fabrica, which is just a big database of a bunch of elements and resources? I got it after you would do dollar days on that last Wednesday of the month. So, well, that's designbundles.net. That's a little bit different. Creative Fabrica is a totally different website. So she says 8 because she thinks it's been too long. 8. I got it because they dropped the price of it. And that was a big selling point. I think that they end up getting a lot of people who, just like, okay, well, it's $47. Because at one point I was paying for it monthly. I went from paying like $18 to 16 to 9 to 6 to where now they have it and it's just $47 for the year. So it breaks down to the equivalent of only like $4 per month or something like that. I got to look at it again. So it is $3.99, but you pay $47 for the entire. You pay as a one-time $47, which is the equivalent of $3.99 per month. Okay, so let's go through this. All right. So waiting on you, Jesse. And if Jesse doesn't, if anybody else would like to go ahead and put in the chat, you got it, but you don't really know how to use it. You don't know how to search for things. Let me know something that if you could find it on there, what would you search Creative Fabrica for? And while you guys do that, I'm going to get my screen share all ready. Now, for those of you who have heard about it, but you don't actually have a subscription, hopefully you will. It does help our company. I'm breaking it down for you. So hopefully, whenever you do decide to, you'll come back here or you'll find our LinkTree and click on our link to subscribe and sign up via our link and give us the credit for it. But I'm going to break this down. So what was the question again? If you could wave a magic wand or, and just because you said you don't really know how to navigate it, right? If you were what would you be looking to find on? If you could wave a magic wand, what would you ultimately like to find on this platform? Okay, graphics is very broad. We have to be very specific. This is probably why you guys don't really know how to navigate it, because we're just saying terms like graphics. What specifically would you need right at this moment? Gradient backgrounds. Gradients you also can kind of create yourself, but that's an easy one to find. I have used some of the pre-made gradients also. Ooh, okay, some things about hunting and fishing. Is it words, images, or would you be looking for completed designs? All right, so I'm going to, oh, just in case, I'll have another one open. We're going to go fishing first. Hunting is also very, very broad too, because it can be a lot of different things for hunting. So let's say fishing, okay? So we're just going to type in fishing and click it, right? Now, there's a plethora of things here. So if you were to create something that was based off of hunting or fishing, what would you ideally like to create? Would it be an ornament? Would it be a shirt? Would it be a towel? Are we doing sublimation? Are we doing DTF? What would we be using these hunting and fishing images for? Okay, shirts and sublimation. All right. Um, so we're going to do this. All right. So as you can see here, there's a lot of different files. This one is just SVGs, right? Well, not best, it's vectors. So you see how they say SVG here, but they have EPS, they have SVG, they have PNG, they have JPEGs, DXF, PDF files. If you have the free version of Silhouette Studio, you would be able to open up the PNG or JPEG files as well as the DXF files. With these, you would have to trace the file in order to change the colors. With the DXF, it will open up that file ready to add color. It just won't be grouped together. There'll be no compound paths. So let's say we had a letter A. That middle of the A would be released. So if you were to select that whole A and fill it in with color, the middle part and the outside would fill, and you would probably think you did something wrong when all you really have to do is just make it a compound path. Okay. So that's that. Now, if you have Designer Plus, or Business Edition, you can open up the SVG file or the SVG file or the PDF file. Most people are like, well, why is PDF up there? If someone created a design in a vector kind of based program like Illustrator, Affinity Designer, Corel Draw, even Microsoft Word, and it was text and they saved it as a PDF, that file would open up ready to cut with a cutting machine, with a laser engraver, laser cutter. It would be ready to cut as a PDF file. EPS is the more commercialized file format for vector. You could open up this in Silhouette Studio Business Edition, but it's overkill. You don't really need that. If you are a Cricut user, you would be able to open up the SVG version and have it ready to cut. If you opened up the PNG or JPEG version, especially on a computer, you would not be, it'll take a lot to make it where it's now this cut file with all of the pieces, right? Where Silhouette Studio, we just do a basic trace. If you have Canva, you can open up the PNG, the JPEG, You can open up the PDF files. It will be in vector format, but because these are all black, you won't have the option to separate it to fill it in with color. Am I making sense here? All right. So these are just a lot of different files, and you can mix and match these together. Now, this one has a whole lot of, I don't think I want to download that one. So I'm going to come back, right? So let's say, okay, I kind of sort of, all right, I might come back to this one. And if you've noticed, I mean, it's just bass fishing, right? So all of these pretty much have the same pose. They almost look the same. So let's say you wanted this image, right? But you wanted these words. You could take these two files and put them together, because you would be able to move this part out of the way and then just put the words here. This is a PNG file, so you would not be able to easily remove the text here, but it is possible. In programs like Photoshop, you can easily go in and, subtract that out. In Canva, if you have Pro, you can use Magic Wrap. Let's do that one. So I think this is a pretty interesting file to show all the different ways that you can utilize it. So we're going to download this one. Let's see, fishing quotes. Born to fish, forced to work. Born to fish, love to fish, forced to work. I don't get the purpose of the live to fish. I'm a fishaholic. I was hoping something was a little bit more patriotic. Okay, gone fishing, born to fish, forced to work. I mean, I guess that would be the American, so we'll get this one. So I'll mix and match it. Okay, so I'm going to download this one. And let's see what else. Now, files like this, which are PNG, so they'll say sublimation because they are PNG files, but you can actually use these for DTF as well. You can use them for DTG. You could technically turn this into a sticker, right? There's a lot of colors to this, a lot of shading. Would you be able to trace this to make this into an SVG? Absolutely not. Okay. You would not be able to, but it's not like you're limited. Like I said, I listed a couple ways that you could utilize these designs. They could be sublimation on a shirt, on a mug, on a tumbler. You can add a background to it to enhance it. It can be DTF, DTG, white toner transfers. They can be made into UV DTF stickers. You can put an outline around them and turn them into regular stickers. So you're not limited to sublimation because it says that there. That is just the audience that they would like to attract, right? Because of SEO. If you don't know what SEO is, it is search engine optimization. And so for those who are looking for sublimation, fishing, and things of that nature, they will be more likely to come up because they have that in their title for someone searching for that specifically. But they can kind of do themselves a disservice because maybe someone's looking for it for just a t-shirt. Well, this one is under t-shirt designs or like DTF or DTG. They may miss out. They might miss out on someone looking for fishing stickers. Okay. So am I making sense? Is it kind of clicking a little bit? All right, so we did that. Let's go back. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one. Let's see. Okay, we'll take this one. I'll download this one. And I'll also do this one. And we're going to mix and match. All right, so over here, I saw someone said graduation templates. What type of graduation templates? Are you looking for, okay, before I kind of do that, I want to kind of preference something here. I'm going to, frame this out for you guys. A template would be So let's say I took this, right? I want to make custom print. I want to make custom Pringle like stickers, toppers, right? For this. So I would take either the Pringles top and be able to trace it and then scan it and trace it. I could try tracing this so that I now have the exact shape of the lid for this Pringles can, well, container, right? That outline, that sizing, that shape is a template. So it kind of lets you know how to, fit it in there. Now, if you wanted a design in the middle and you wanted to plug and play, that's not really a template. It is an editable design file that you can go in and you can edit it and you can modify it and you can change it. But it's not really a template per se. So that's why you might have trouble finding exactly what you're looking for, because the crafter may put template on it. A true graphic designing professional may not have it listed as a template because we tend to think, not say logically, but like how we're kind of taught versus sometimes titling them for the people who might be looking for it. So some people say a graduation template. Well, are you looking for a stole? Are you looking for, well, really, that's really the only thing. Like a stole, a grad cap topper template is just having the 9-inch box and the circle in the exact spot so that you can fill your design around it. But if you are looking for designs that you can edit, that's a little bit different in how you're going to look for them, because there's a million different ways that you can, do graduation. A Tumblr can be something for graduation, for birthdays, for just general like designs and going to movie premieres, and all sorts of things. A graduation design could be a chip bag. So you have to be very specific. Are you looking for a full-on design that you just want to be able to edit it? Or are you looking for graduation elements that you can then pull together to create your own customized version of something? What's the what for? Okay, so we're going to go here, and now I'm going to click at the top. These are zipped files because there's a lot of things included in it most times, right? A bunch of different file formats. So when you have a JPEG, a PNG, so this is kind of a note for those of you who might be interested at some point selling digital files. You need to know how to zip them. If you're going to have a JPEG, a PNG, an SVG, like it's better to put them all in one. So we're going to go ahead, click on this, right? We're going to go extract all. It's going to bring up this window. I'm going to just leave it in my downloads folder. Normally, I categorize them into a specific folder for Creative Fabrica, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to worry about that. I like to have, show the files once we're done extracting it. So we're going to go ahead and hit extract. Welcome in to everybody that has joined the live video. I am Shakia Lavelle, also known as Shakia the Professor. I have been teaching creatives for 10 years on all things creative and crafty, everything from designing to sublimation, to party favors, to foam board cutting, to balloons, event planning, business, marketing, pricing, Shopify websites. I have taught a lot over the past 10 years. I have been doing this for 26 years. I've been in business for about 15, 16-ish or so. Okay. I specialize in teaching you how to use Silhouette Studio. Even if you do not own a Silhouette machine, you can use the program by itself. All you have to do is just go download it. And then if you want to get the upgrade, you'll use our link to upgrade to Designer or Business Edition, depending on if you have a lot of SVGs because you are a Cricut user, and you want to be able to open up those files, you want to have at least Designer Edition. If you are a Cricut user, learning Silhouette and downloading Silhouette only helps your experience. You cannot cut to your Cricut machine from Silhouette Studio, but you can use the program to create designs and have more customization options to then save that file so that you can cut it with your Cricut, okay? So we have this one. I'm gonna pull this down. This is the extracted file. We're gonna come back up here, and you also can go to your downloads folder. They will be there out also. I use Google Chrome, so I'm just used to going up to the top. We're gonna click on that and extract all, extract. Extract all. Extract. And then the last one, extract all, extract. Okay. Now I don't remember which one is which. So we're gonna view large icon. Okay, so this was the one with the background to it, which means it, when I saw the black, I thought the middle part was filled in with black, but it is not technically. All right, so we're going to come over here. Come over here. If you don't know, you can drag and drop into Silhouette Studio. So I'm just going to click and bring this up here, drop it in. So this wasn't that great of a PNG. Wow. That's okay. This is one of those situations. Well, I guess maybe they wanted this to be DTF so that the black shirt would show through, or whatever you put it on black would show through. So I'm not going to say like, but that's really interesting. This, how many of you guys, you would have been like, what the hell? This would have freaked you out, like, because it's not how it showed. It shows like this in the preview. So for how many of you, how many of you this would have freaked you out and you'd been like, what in the heck is going on here? How am I supposed to use this? She says, definitely me. Me. Now, I want to go back and see, right? When it comes to this particular design, do they say? So they said sublimation. This is not ideal for sublimation at all, right? And it's so weird that they put sublim, and this is one of the things that oh, it drives me so nuts. This is why I don't matter what people ask me all the time. Why do you go live so much? It is things like this. I teach in my classes, and the way I break things down in my sublimation seminar, my sublimation boot camp, it's for things like this. When it comes to me teaching my students about their mock-ups, their thumbnails, if they want to sell files, everyone's telling people jump into these digital files. This is the worst thing that you could do, is put sublimation in a title, but every single mock-up is a black shirt. You cannot sublimate to black at all. Now, if they would have changed, like all they had to do was change this to DTF, this would be the perfect description, and then it would make sense, right? It would make sense that this was like how it's open, because it's meant for DTF, specifically for a black shirt. You would not be able to put this on any other color and have it all fill in. If I change this to blue, the fish would be blue. So this is a DTF print, or a design made for a DTF print specifically on a black shirt. Okay. So I can't even really use this one. It'll be, I could fix this if I wanted to, but I'm not. I mean, I can probably fix it for myself, but I'm not going to do it on here. Just take up too much time. All right. So let's take a look at a different one. All right, so we're going to go to here. I'm going to go to the PNGs just so that I can view large icons. Okay. So, gone fishing. Okay, I think I want to either these two. So I'm going to drag. Oh, wait, I don't want to. Well, I'll show you if you have the free version. We're going to bring that in there, drop that. Okay, what happened to you? We're going to drop that in. Oh, wow, this file. Yeah, see, this is why you want to learn how to read files. Wow, that is so thin. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to bring in the SVG version of this. So that was number 4 and number 5. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to the SVG version, number 4. And then we'll bring in number 5. If yours will not allow you to drag and drop, you can go file open or file merge and then go to that file. Which one is this? This comes from fishing SVG, fishing quotes. So fishing, so this one. Oh, shoot, wrong thing. Dang it. Dang it. I just screwed up because now I have to wait for it to tell me that it can't open that file and it's not. Okay, there we go. I know it's not supported. I know. That's what happens when people just design to see what sticks. I've never heard of Creative Fabrica, but I see it has fonts. That alone can be worth the $47. It is. Use our link. But I'll show you some fonts as well. Okay, so we're going to go. Don't tell me that. Come on. I closed it out. Okay. All right, there we go. So file, merge. I need to go to this one. And then I'm going to go to DXF. I'm going to open up number 5. So I want you to see the difference. All right, let me undo because now that I know it will open up in the area of this. File, merge, number 5. So we see the difference in how this one opened up compared to this one, right? Even if I were to add black to this freaks most people out when they open up a DXF file. They fill it in with color and it's like, whoa, what did I do? They think that they welded everything together. And that's because the line color is also black. If I made that a different color, even if it was just white, well, this one, it still kind of looks kind of weird. If I send that to the back, we can see the white there. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to black, turn this to no color, and I would be able to go through here. Oh, well, the F is welded to the outside. That's a story for another day and how you would separate that. Let's see, are these separate? Okay, these are technically together. Let me see. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a bad file. Silhouette 4.5 has been bringing things in kind of funky, right? But it is a lot. You can see the lines appear to be a little bit thicker on the SVG file than they are here, because you can see like it's just sharper. And this one looks lighter because of the pixelation along the edges. But I don't think it's a bad file. I think it's a silhouette issue, which I'm going to go back down to one of the older versions of Silhouette Studio to test that theory. Okay, so we have that one. I'm going to now go to American Fishing. So this one, let me see. Let's go view large icons. Okay, so this was, we're going to go and bring this in. And then there should be one more. Didn't I download the... I didn't download the... Okay, this is the SVG one. SVG. I never downloaded the one that was just the American flag in color. This one right here. I guess I never did this one. Okay, we're just going to download that one. And extract all. Extract. And we're going to drag this down to Silhouette Studio. Another one. Wow. I wonder, was that from the same company or the same vendor? Let's see. This is from someone named D. Nanam, whoever. And then this one was from, yes, same person. Makes sense, right? Not a vendor that I would ever recommend because he has these labeled incorrectly. Now this one is fine because it's American flag PNG. It just says that. And if it said DTF, it would make even more sense. But I can't really utilize this the way that it is because I need the black behind it. See, looks totally different with black behind it. Now you can do things like if we go ahead and trace this, which I guess I could have did with the other one too, but you wouldn't have the ends. It wouldn't look like this anymore. But if I trace it, I gotta wait for it to respond now. Let's see. I don't think I heard back from the person that said graduation designs or graduation templates and what type of specific designs they were looking for. Clear would not do you any good because it would still be clear. So there's no, in order for you to be able to put something on a dark garment or a cotton garment and you're wanting to use sublimation, you have to use a white base and you still have to be able to cut it. So because these areas are not filled in, well, you guess you could still cut it, but there's like some distress here and trying to get all of this distressed area. It wouldn't work out well for this particular design, but it is possible to put your design on a white back HTVs, it's specialty ones, and be able to put that on a black or cotton shirt. Thank you for using the link. Yes, because so many of the images that are created nowadays on there, they are AI generated, and AI does not do a very good job of spelling text correctly because it's trying to pull things from some of everywhere. What is taking you so long? Hello, thank you so much for hopping on. And if you guys have questions, because things like this happens, drop your questions in the chat. That way I will be able to answer them while I'm waiting for things like my silhouette to trace. There we go. All right, so I'm going to click on the trace part. I'm going to put an offset around it. Which is also, like I said, this version of Silhouette Studio is a little clunky. Yes, with actually, let me see, in 2 weeks, we have the updated version. So I have what's called Silhouette First Cuts. The promo for that should be rolling out pretty like in the next couple of days, but we have Silhouette First Cuts. You can get access to that one. And then we have a new one coming up in about 2 weeks. Come on. It's because it has all of these little pieces, which that's something that I do teach about in Essentials of Silhouette Studio. That is our ultimate video reference guide for learning Silhouette Studio. I talk about things like this. When you have stuff that have a lot of distress areas, it makes like any step, it takes it a lot longer. And also with this version, and because this wasn't like the greatest like PNG, this version of Silhouette Studio actually puts 1,001 edit points on here. So anytime you're trying to do something trace, if you're trying to offset it, it's trying to filter through and process all of that data from all of those distress areas, and it takes a little bit longer. You know, this is something that we go into detail with in our Essentials of Silhouette Studio training. All right, that's still taking forever. So let's come back over here. Could you see CF files without editing? For instance, a football mom t-shirt design. How would I have to add takeaway to sell? So you would not be able to sell the actual design itself. But if you were to put that on a shirt, you don't have to do anything. Creative Fabrica comes with commercial use licensing. So you don't have to do anything to put that on a tumbler, put that on a shirt, put that on a keychain, put that on a mug. I think I said tumbler, put that on a flag, a rag, or whatever. You can take those and put them on anything and you can sell the finished product. What you could not sell would be the actual file itself. Oh, see? Yeah, there you go. Sometimes when I download, the only files provided are EPS, JPEG, but the JPEG has the text on it. So I'll have to go into Illustrator to remove the text. Is there a better way? I have Business Edition. Well, if you have Business Edition, you can open up the EPS file and it'll already be in vector format. So there's the answer to that one. But if you don't have Business Edition, if it's a JPEG, then you have to trace. But you don't have to go into Illustrator to open up. I mean, it depends on how complex the file is, but Business Edition, you can open up EPS files. This thing still has not. That means this, oh, I'm so mad at myself. That means that this had way too much going on because it still has not put a trace outline on it, and it's crazy. I may just shut it down and then come back. Yeah, that file was a bad file for me to attempt to play around with anyway. I think I'm just going to go ahead, shut Silhouette down. And hopefully the other elements that I brought in will be under my recovered documents. So while Silhouette Studio is resetting, let me also reset the room because I see we have quite a few more people in the room. So once again, my name is Shakia Lavelle. I'm known in these creative streets as Shakia the Professor. I am your go-to for all things creative. Everything from learning to design. I teach graphic designing via Silhouette Studio because it gives you a lot of versatility for it to be a free program. Or if you upgrade to designer or business, it gives you a few more like capabilities within those. But it's a great gateway to learning how to actually graphic design and make learning programs like Photoshop or Illustrator that much easier because it's not just kind of plug and play like Canva or Cricut Design Space. Okay. So I've been teaching that for 10 years now. No one uses Silhouette Studio like me. Not even Silhouette America uses Silhouette Studio the way that I do. Everything from creating my foam board creations, which it's actually, so just setting that up. He's fell down. My foam board creations, making 3D models of things, sublimation, party favors, 3D paper crafting, invitations, cards, window decals, t-shirts with HTV, DTF, sublimation, embroidery. I've set up files that I then get digitized for embroidery. You name it, I've probably done it in Silhouette Studio. We also have an amazing, absolutely amazing product line. It's called Honestly Speaking. We sell the best sublimation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. You can do 3-minute tumblers in the oven. If you have a tumbler press, you can press it in 30 seconds still. So definitely check out our site, shop.hsync365.com. Paper right now is still $15.63 after the automatic $10 discount. So let's see. Hopefully we were able to recover this file. Okay, we did. Boom. And so we're going to go back over there. We are talking today about Creative Fabrica, which is a resource that has all sorts of design files that you can mix and match. It has fonts, it has embroidery files, Photoshop, layer styles, overlays. Man, it's just so much to Creative Fabrica. Okay. All right, so we're going to come back over here. No, I did not. So explaining trace and detach versus trace, it takes a little bit for that one. This is where our Essentials of Silhouette Studio comes into play, guys. I'm telling you, you will never, ever, 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 ever take a course, a program that will teach you Silhouette Studio like I do. The Essentials breaks down the tools and functions for you to understand things like that. When do we trace? When do we trace outer edge? When do we trace and detach? When do we use compound path? When do we use subtract? How does subtract work? If I have these two elements and they're set up like this, why does subtract come out like this? Why does everything disappear when I release compound path? Why does it look like a block? All of those questions are answered in Essentials of Silhouette Studio. It was taught over 30 days, and then you have a 13-week refresher, then a 10-week refresher that you have access to from day one when you sign up for it. We also have our Bachelors of Silhouette Science, which I finally opened up after 2 years. You're going to get 13 months of recordings, really like 14 months of recordings. And it's taking those skills, like those tools and functions, and then applying them to actual designs. I'm telling you guys, those two together, absolutely amazing. It could be a bit of an investment. We have Affirm and Afterpay and Klarna and all those things on our website. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to deal with this one. What I'm going to do is just take this particular file, right? So let's say we liked this. I'm going to group it together. You can either type out your own font. If you don't know how to do things like curve the text like this, you could have a file that was already like this. We're going to just duplicate this, group it together, and move it to the top. Then we're going to spread that out. Okay, then I'm going to take the word fishing. I'm going to duplicate it, group it, bring it here. It's going to make this design really, really long. It might be more ideal for like a tumbler with it being this long than like a shirt. Like it'll take up at this length, it'll take up like a full shirt. The one thing that's great about like Silhouette Studio that you would not be able to do in Canva, you would not be able to do in Cricut Design Space. So because this was set up to where it had the cutout of the bass fish on the other one, you can modify it and turn this back into a full letter N. So we're just going to ungroup this. We're going to double click on here, and I'm going to take this edit point, bring it down to about there. We're going to make that flat, and we're going to make this one flat. Actually, I'll probably just delete that one and have this where it is like this. So now this is, I'll even delete that. Hey, stop it. So now this is a full-on N. So if I wanted to have this now cut into it, or if I wanted to bring this to the front for it to cut into the original image, I can do that. Same thing with the fishing, right? So the bass cut off the N at the top and the H. So we're just going to, since it's two of them, I could just make them into a compound path instead of grouping them. And then I'm just going to delete point, and then delete point here. So edit pointing, point editing does not have to be complicated. It's not always going to be where you need to move this arm, conform it to here. Sometimes it's as simple as hitting delete point so that you can create a straight line, moving something around so that you can fill something in. So like, let's say right here, I'm going to take this point, I'm going to make it flat, and then just bring it over here to make this end look like a completed end. Nothing too complicated with that, but it is still point editing, okay? And then I can take this and it can either go behind it or it can go in front. So I'll duplicate this. My students know I love duplicating. I'm always going to encourage you to duplicate. So let's say we're going to group this together and just send this to the back. I'm going to put an offset because this is already a vector file. So we're going to go ahead and put offset. Put an offset, should I say. And we're going to increase that. Okay, I'm going to hit apply. And here is a little designer tip. Before you just go ahead and subtract something, I'm going to fill this in with black and I'm going to right click and group it all together. I'm going to take the word gone and fishing and make them white. I'm going to put a black box behind this. And let's just turn our line color off on this one. And this will allow me to see exactly how this will look before I subtract it. Because I don't want to have to do a whole bunch of undo. Like if I don't really like the positioning of it, where it is, I can move it around before I permanently alter it. Like I didn't bother to align my words, which I still don't like. It looks weird. So I'm going to pull this one out a little bit more because it just doesn't look like it lines up, like a lot of negative space. Maybe I didn't want this part cut off. So let's go ahead and bring this to the front. Okay, there's white. And then I will put an offset on it and fill that in with black, no line color, and I'm going to group it together. So maybe for gone, I want it on top, but fishing, I want it behind it. So that will let me know which one I have to subtract. And I think on this one, I'm going to make the offset just a little bit bigger. See, I like that 1,000 times better, right? So I'll delete the first one. Oops, wrong one. All right, so I like that 1,000 times better with that type of offset over the top of the flag, but I want the bass and all of that in the front of fishing. I could even make this to where fishing went like the flag is to the back and I can make only the bass look like it's in the front. So if I ungroup this, I'm going to take the back parts here, hold down shift, let's come here, and we're going to send that to the back. Oh, well, I have to redo this one. Okay, so now that's like that. So I would do an offset. And we'll make that 0.24 because that would be double. And then apply. And then fishing, I'm going to go offset. And we'll make that black. And we'll make this offset black. I'll bring this back behind it. Into the back. Boom. So we see how fishing is still on top of the flag. Well, it looks like it's cutting off, but the bass is on top of the word fishing. If I wanted to have less of the flag showing, I'm going to take the bass and its new outline, and I can increase them both and technically take up more of that flag space. If I wanted to try and get that to where it's just kind of a hint of the flag, and I want the fish to be on top of the word gone, you can make modifications like that with Silhouette Studio. And this is how you would combine different elements. I could take this and the one that says born to fish, right? This is nothing but impact. So because I couldn't remove that B, I can either retype it myself. Maybe I like the idea of born to fish, forced to work, but I want a different font. Well, we're going to go to Creative Fabrica, find a font, and then we're going to retype it out. And I can put born to fish on the top. I can curve it to say forced to work on the bottom. You can make them different colors. If I wanted this to be color, I would be able to ungroup this. We're going to make the stripes because we don't have every stripe on here. The ones that we do have, let's just go ahead and make them red. We'll make our bass so we can kind of create a red, white, and blue look. So we're going to make our bass blue. If we were to put that on a black shirt, pick a different kind of blue. Okay, so we kind of have a whole red, white, and blue feel going on. We're able, like I said, we're able to make this however we want. If I like the gone fishing and I wanted to turn this into a tumbler, I'm going to now come back over here to Creative Fabrica. Let's see if they have any fishing backgrounds. Boom, they do. So they have some fishing backgrounds. I can take this. Let me see how they look. So these are just elements. So this would be really cool. You could literally build out your own custom fishing tumbler. Like it would be great for sublimation, your own fishing ornament, because these are all just watercolor elements. And you can mix and match them. Okay, I'll download this one. I think because I don't do a lot of the like masculine and like stuff. Thank you so much for that suggestion, Jesse, for fishing and hunting, because I don't typically show a lot of those because people don't bring those things up. So that just gave me an idea of a couple of things I want to kind of put together. But let's go back over here. Let's see. Is there one that is more of a fishing background? I may just have to type in fishing background to find one. Okay, so let's go back up here and we're going to go fishing background. All right, so let's say we went with, okay, I'm just going to go with, this says a digital paper, but it still works the same, right? So we're just going to download this. And we're going to go ahead and extract all. And that one is still downloading. And let's go. Wait, no, wrong one. Lakeside, extract. I'm going to come back over here while that's downloading. I'm going to make okay, well, you're done. So right click, view, extra large icons. We're going to make a box. My tumblers, I use 9.35 by 8.15. Oh, unlock. 9.35 by 8.15. I'm going to come back over here And let's say I want one that has a lot of space to it. So let's say I like this one. So I'll take this, drag it over here. And I'm going to take my Gone Fishing. I'm going to modify it now, though. I'm going to take this. Ooh, hold on. Man. Okay. Let me group this for now. Group this. Group. Group. Okay. Ungroup. Subtract all. There we go. Put my bass fish back. Okay, we're going to take this, bring it to the front, ungroup, subtract all, and then bring to the front. And I forgot I changed the size of this. I got to try and get it back in that little pocket. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a little bit off, but it's fine. I'm going to take this, ungroup. Oh, wait. Nope, undo. This was never grouped together. Okay. So here, hold down Shift, click Fishing, subtract. Nope. See, I do have to subtract it from here as well. So subtract all. There we go. Oh, dang it. Up there too. All right, there we go. So I'm going to take this, shrink it down, place it here. And then we're going to fill in with some of these colors from the design. Okay, I don't really like that one. So I may have to do, okay, so I'm going to do an offset. Jesse, you really got me over here designing. 0.015. 0.025. Okay. Let me see. Apply. Control Shift E. Weld. Let's make that. Uh-oh. It needed to be bigger than 0.025. So let's try this again. Offset. I'll make it 0.05. Apply. Send to the back. I don't really want him to be black. Trying to figure out which color combination I want to do. I like that slightly better. And ungroup. Group all of the stars. Get my stripes, make them one of these darker colors. Grab my stripes here, make them a darker color. I don't like this one. Make those green. Make this I'm trying to figure out which color combination I want to use. Okay, I will sit here and play around with this forever. Literally will sit here and play with this forever. But you get the idea where you can mix and match this however you want. I could add offsets to the text to give it a little bit more, to add a little bit more color to it. But the possibilities, like I said, once you understand the program and you are really utilizing the program as a graphic designing platform, the possibilities become completely endless in what you are able to accomplish. So my whole thing with doing this is basically to show you're not looking to always utilize things as is from these websites. You can make them your own and just combine different elements. I mean, that was me trying to do it on the fly for something, for fishing and making it into a tumbler. But this could literally be anything. Even if I took this away, this now goes from just being white, where I could fully sublimate this to a shirt. I can make this into DTF. I can turn this into a sticker. It is full on color. I could technically even cut this from different colors of vinyl and have it be colored. It is completely limitless. So it's all about how you are approaching utilizing Creative Fabrica. If you are going on here and you are like, I want a completed design for me, then you may not find the value in the website. But if you tap into composing designs, like putting them together yourself, you'll find that everything that you need is in this $47 subscription. Every single thing that you need. You just have to have the know-how and the want to go in and make it look like something. Don't worry about it. Like, it may not be the greatest because you have to work that creative muscle. Just go in, put some things in there. Maybe not go as detailed as, like I said, for me, it's hard for me to kind of stay on beginner level sometimes. Like, those things were a little bit more intermediate, need a little bit more knowledge about designing, but there's a way where I could have taken that, just filled it in with color and, you know, added maybe words to the side or just went words across the top or bottom. There is a beginner friendly way of creating that design and not all of like ins and outs. That probably confused a whole bunch of you when I was doing all the offset, send to the back, subtract this, subtract all that, weld. That can be a bit much if you don't understand the program, but you can do a lot with the resources from this platform. Okay. Any questions for me? Because no one else, the person that asked about graduation, they did not respond back. I said you guys could also let me know any other things. That way they were in the queue ready to go. But I don't see any other. Oh, I see one. Okay. Nope, I saw that one. Could you sell them? I saw that one. I did see this one. So yeah, I think I addressed all the questions or comments that have been put in the queue so far. So if any of the ones that put a 6 or a 5 are still on. So if you answered with a 3 or a 6, if you answered with a 3 or a 6, have your thoughts changed about maybe getting that Creative Fabrica subscription? I love using the digital backgrounds. I like that green. Thank you. If you're not ready to commit, still click on our link, right, to get there. And you can go to the freebies. There's all sorts of freebies. There's freebie fonts, there's freebie SVGs, graphics, free embroidery files. Some people have taught classes over here. So don't overlook, even if you pay for the subscription, don't overlook, like, I mean, you have access to them. They will eventually come up. Because technically you have the subscription, everything is free, but just kind of seeing the different things that they have put in as the freebies, sometimes it helps you. Like, it's not like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of images. There's still a lot. Like, for freebies, for all of them, there's over 300,000 freebies. Now, if you click on free fonts, it'll tell you at some point here or another that there's like, I thought it told you how many like free fonts were here, but you can see there's pages and pages and pages of free fonts. If nothing else, you can also get ideas from here. I'll tell you, one reason why I decided to do this, Zani Mani wanted to be a skeleton. Am I going to go out and pay $30 for a skeleton? No. A skeleton costume, I went to the store. I got him a $5 top or $4 top, some $5 sweatpants. I got a file from here. I have plenty of glow in the dark HTV. I am going to make him and MJ into skeletons for Thursday. Let's see. Does it have band parent stuff? Let's see. Band mom. So they have different silhouettes of band, a band silhouette. Let's see. the last band season, senior band mom. There's band mom here, band mom. I don't know why there's no dads and stuff, but they got a whole lot of band mom. Band mom here, band dad, band mom. They have this one that has cadence, woodwinds, marching band, music, drill, march. So it's like in the shape of a heart already. You have instruments down here. You can take little cute ones like this, and well, they're high schoolers, so probably not the little cutesy ones, but you have all of this stuff here. There's somebody creating the same way you had that desire. There's somebody else that needed that, and they probably created it and put it on this platform because it's easier for people to find. It's almost like kind of like searching through an Etsy. So anything that you guys think of, you're probably going to find it on this platform. Well, if you join the Creative Lounge or you're like in our groups, you can always drop questions there. With the Creative Lounge, we have pro call sessions weekly. So if you ever need any help or assistance, you can always come to those pro call sessions and ask your questions, because pro call sessions are about answering your questions that you have. So if you need to go through a design or whatever, or figure out how to navigate Creative Fabrica, that is what Creative Lounge is for, especially those pro call sessions to help you in real time. Like we have one tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, $47 for your bucks. You can't beat that. I have a Creative Fabrica subscription. It's great. Can I, as I download the coloring page for women, I wanted to delete an imperfection in the face, but it's just left an ugly hole. How do I do it? It depends. So if you could let me know what coloring page, like what if you are at your computer, tell me what the name of the file is. I can look at it and kind of maybe guide you. Because if I can't see the file, I can't say how would you do that, because I don't know how that file is set up. Let's see, if we go band parent, so nope. If we go senior band, so there is a senior band mom, my senior band mom error, senior band mom, senior band dad. So there you go. Senior band mom and that type of layout. And these are also things you can just get inspiration and then make them from your own, like download fonts and just kind of follow how they did it here and make your own version of it. It's not on any of the pages. You have to go into, like, if you're a part of Creative Lounge. So Creative Lounge is on it's a membership that you sign up for on our Academy site. It's not any of the groups. So you have to go over there. And if you have the Creative Lounge subscription, you're going to go to your dashboard. So see, you'll sign up here. You're going to go to your dashboard, and you're going to go to the pro call, and you're going to go to the pro call for the 29th. Click on that, and then you'll be able to click and join. Yours will say join call. Mine says start the meeting. Awesome, awesome. Last call for questions, guys. Last call for free answers to the things that frustrate you. Last call. When it comes to designing, should I say, that I can show you how to use Creative Fabrica. Last call for any questions related to Creative Fabrica. And it will, every time you click on something, it will open up 1,000,001 windows. So just make sure that you go in and you close them, because you'll have a whole bunch of them after a while. It's called 270 Unique Black Girl Coloring. Okay, 270 Unique Black Girl. Okay, so it looks like there's a couple of them here. Coloring. So if it is something like this, where these are AI generated art. And these have a lot, like they kind of put for coloring book images, but they have a lot of shading. So it's not going to be that easy to remove it, even if you kind of like, especially if it's in like the shaded areas of the design, because there's so much shading, you're not going to be able to really cover that up utilizing Silhouette Studio, because you can only either erase that part, but then it's going to still print out and be very, very white because there's some shading that should be in that area. Imperfections like that have to be fixed through, I mean, you can probably do it through Canva, because with Canva and their Magic Grab, if it is like, if it can be used with Magic Grab, whether the brush or the tap, it sometimes fills in the surrounding areas through, AI generation. You can also use Photoshop and make a selection around that, and then do content aware fill so that it keeps the color and the shading. But it just depends on like which one, where the imperfection was, things of that nature. And this, they have a bunch of them. So I'm not sure like which one you had, but yeah, they got a bunch of them. And while you're waiting for that, just a reminder, all paper is $10 off right now. All ready to ship paper is $10 off at checkout. All you have to do is add it to your cart, and you will see that $10 come off. Even if it is two, it'll say $20 off. So it's not $10 off of your order. It's $10 off of every pack of paper. Okay. If we come back over here and we add a 11 by 17, add that, you're going to see it also has $10 off. Do you know which one you had? Hola, welcome, welcome. We're actually about to wrap it on up. We've been on for an hour and 43 minutes. All right. If you can't figure it out, you can always, if you're on Facebook, you can always drop a screenshot or something in the group, and I will take a look at it. Okay. But if there are no other questions, I thank you guys so very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys either in the Creative Lounge, in some of our upcoming classes. If you are a Silhouette machine user, that class is coming up. And finally, for all of my Roland users, we have Roland on the line up as well. A training for that in November also, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to use your Roland machines and using it to print onto adhesive vinyl for Christmas things, as well as creating Christmas shirts with the printable HTV. So we will have a roll-in training in November as well. Finally, I have that put on the schedule, okay? Oh, I think it was the first file top left. So what, this one right here? And then which one of the images? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's 270 pages. Oh, yeah. It'll probably be impossible for me to figure out exactly which one it was. So, yeah, I mean, but these all seem to have a lot of shading on it. It's probably best for you to take your image and take a screenshot and post it in the group. Because, yeah, I forgot. It says 270 pages for each one of these. So I recommend taking a screenshot and just putting it in the group. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. And if you would like to see more and explore more of Creative Fabrica, use the link that is in the description and comments of this video. Peace.